This week, Congressman August Pfluger released his 2025 year in review, highlighting some of the legislative wins for his corner of the state. Ethan Purcell spoke with the congressman earlier today. He joins us live in studio tonight with more. Good evening, Ethan.
Good evening, Bert. Pfluger says at the top of the list, in addition to direct support for farmers and ranchers in the Concho Valley in the upcoming Farm Bill and $112 million secured for dorm upgrades at Goodfellow Air Force Base, is over $17 million returned to taxpayers.
2025 was a record-breaking year because Americans now have more disposable cash. We value the family, and we legislated to put our money where our mouth is, that the government doesn't need to have the final say on your money. You do.
Other wins included the response after the devastating flooding in July, and while the federal government lent a hand during the disaster, Pfluger applauds the efforts on the local front more than anything.
The federal government has a role and needs to be accountable for the monies that are spent and needs to be accountable for how that money goes into a community. But our community set the gold standard for coming together, and we saw that firsthand in San Angelo, and it takes a long time to rebuild, but I'm very proud of not only the federal government's response, but of our community spirit that really set the gold standard for how to deal with a tragedy like this.
But he says there's more work to be done, primarily with the healthcare system, which he says took a hit with the Affordable Care Act, which raised prices with no answer to where the money is going, comparing it to the fraud seen recently in Minnesota.
That fraud is also rampant in the healthcare system in states like California and New York, and we are going to dismantle it. We are going to provide accountability. As the chairman of the Republican Study Committee, we have answers to make healthcare affordable, to make it transparent, to make it cost effective, so that the money doesn't go to insurance companies, but rather it transfers directly into the patient's hands so that they can spend it and they can have choices instead of the government telling them where to spend it.
But that progress is slowed, the congressman says, when lawmakers don't see eye to eye on issues like health care, which led to a months-long government shutdown.
I, in the heart of my hearts, wish that we come up here and have good, reasonable debates. But it's unfortunate that the political environment is very divisive. It made me and all of our communities, really feel like our institutions and our government was not working for the citizens, but against.
Pfluger, adding every one of his bills passed with bipartisan support, says until the time when Democrats have answers, he'll continue working as the chair of the Republican Study Committee to find ways to lower the cost of health care, energy, and mainly housing.
And I think what you'll see in 2026 is a concerted effort to not have 40-plus-year-old average age of first-time homebuyers, but let's move that down so that the American dream is realized by people in their 20s once again. Our effort in the Republican Study Committee and writ large through the Republican Conference is going to be aimed directly at making the American dream affordable again.
For a full look at Representative Pfluger's year in review, head on over to our website, foxwtx.com. Live in studio, Ethan Purcell, Fox West Texas. Bert?